Hello everyone, I'm going to demo the capability of log anomaly golden signal pipeline today. In the interest of time, I've already created some connections for Mesmo as well as a few Kafka connections. I've already ingested the training data to train the templates as well as the associated metric anomaly models. Before we get started, let's first inject a few anomalies and see if our pipeline is able to detect those. To do that, I'm going to do two things just to show the different anomalies that we can capture. The first one is an issue with the rating service that it cannot connect to a DB. So I'm just going to start injecting these faults here. What this will do is it's going to inject some fault logs to our live log DNA instance. They should be getting reflected here soon, some error messages reflected here. Let's also quickly ingest a few more logs using the Kafka connection. For that, I've already have a data set as well as a script that would inject it to the AIOP system. So I'm going to start running that. Now, metric anomaly models work on a 5-minute interval, so we will have to wait at least for the next 5 minutes to be fulfilled to see a few of the alerts generated from the faults we just ingested. This is the current demo cluster where we have about 9 alerts, out of which one is in closed state. So this might go away soon. There's only one with QOTD rating. After those 5 minutes, we should be able to see a few more alerts and we can then dig deep into how they would look like on the UI. Meanwhile, let's also look at the templates that have already been trained. So I'm going to the golden signal tile. There are about 1476 templates, out of which 400 have been enabled. I'm going to filter on only on the enabled ones, and I'm going to sort on the template ID. I've injected faults similar to this particular template here, the template ID 122, and the application I injected the faults through Kafka is going to be the QOTD rating app. So we should be seeing the corresponding alerts associated with them soon. We also have the ability to have a nice graphical view of how our templates progress over time. So we can quickly select our template ID as well as the application that we are interested in monitoring. So this is showing a progressive graph of the logs that were received from February 15th till the current time. As we can see, mostly these logs occur between like instances of 1 and 2. We can scroll a bit deeper onto how that looks like. There is also forecasting that we can look here, and it is showing that the expected range should not exceed maybe 3 or 4 count. We can also do that for all the available templates and all the other resources. Just a quick way to understand the historical progress of the log counts. Yeah, now we have 8 alerts. The one that was in the closed states has already closed. I'm going to pause the recording for a couple of minutes here so that we can check back once the alerts are generated. Okay, we have one alert or two alerts generated for QOTD rating because it's been about 5 minutes since we first injected the fault. Let's look at this one, log template 122 first. It's saying the actual value that came in is 80, but it was only expecting about 1.9 or approximately 2 logs. Again, we have the smaller metric anomaly charts and logs that we can see that there has been a spike. Since it's not very visible, we can click on viewing that at a different page. We can zoom in here and we can clearly see that there has been a significant spike and an anomaly has been generated in this case. Yeah, just to understand the range, earlier it was between 1 and 2, but now it has been spiked up to almost 80. This is one way that the golden signal pipeline is able to detect anomalies. Let's take a look at the other one that was generated, which is the unmatched latency. So if you don't have a corresponding template already trained, so any new log line coming in that does not have a corresponding template will be going into the unmatched category, and we do generate anomalies for the unmatched category as well. Again, quickly looking at this chart here and zooming in on the space of the anomaly. So unmatched latency generally is expected to be a flat 0, but then here, since we have a sudden spike of almost 50 logs, we see an anomaly was generated here as well. These are some of the example scenarios that we are able to detect with this pipeline, but we are not limited only to this. There are many more scenarios that we are able to detect with this pipeline.